Hello guys, welcome to another Shroom video. I'm a little bit sick today, so I won't be as loud as I'm usually. Well, anyways, today I'm here with Lainey, also known as Broken Daughter, and
It's pronounced Lane.
yeah, Lainey. Oh, okay, Lane. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, you're fine.
um, but yeah, today I'm with her, and I'm just gonna do like a little quick interview. So yeah, ready when you are.
Yep. Um. Well, I've been writing songs for like about ever since I was 16. Um. I've only really started getting into the Incelcore scene this past basically this past month, honestly. Um. And if I mean, feel free to ask any question you like.
So my first question is, what really inspired you to join the Incelcore scene?
Okay, so I started listening to Incelcore like I guess regularly last year, and I'd been into incel course ever since. The first incel course song I ever heard was Scott Pilgrim versus the World, ruined a whole generation of women. And I heard it in right around the time it came out in 2019. So that was my first introduction to the genre. And then eventually I also heard generic incel core song by Edgemaster. So that was a pretty big deal for me. And then it wasn't until last year that I started actually listening to a bunch of artists in the scene, and it was because a friend of mine introduced me to Jezebel Gebergably, and then from Jezebel I basically gave Negative XP another chance and listened to more of his music, because when I first heard his more popular songs, I tried listening to some of his other stuff and I didn't really like it, but I guess time kind of changed my music taste enough to where I ended up actually really enjoying his most of his work. And as for getting into the scene, making music, I remember it was about a month or so ago. I met a friend. I met someone who would become my friend on Band Lab, and I messaged him because I thought he was pretty cool. Or made he his name's Rage Quitter. Um, he's he's got about the same amount of followers as me on SoundCloud. Um, and I remember thinking his music was really cool, and it kind of made me realize that I could totally make that kind of music if I just put in the effort. And so this past month, really, I've just been really putting in the effort to try to make this kind of make it in this kind of scene, and I've been welcomed a lot more than I thought that I would be, because being a trans person, it's kind of funny to be in this community. But I think I've been met with a lot of sort of a warm welcome. So that's nice.
Yeah, it's cool. Honestly, like when I first heard of Incelcore, I thought it was like this super racist, homophobic kind of stuff, but
Yeah,
it's
me
really
too.
not. It's
It
really
really
not.
isn't. It's music for the outcasts, really. That's what I consider it.
Yeah, me too. Like honestly, like if you consider yourself like a loser, this is your music, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I've always kind of considered myself a loser. So getting into a lot of these artists was really interesting to me. I think one of the first songs that wasn't a super popular song that I heard from in the genre was "Emotional Autarky" by Pre-Ripped. Um,
Okay.
I love that one. But yeah, I love just the out the feeling of kind of being welcomed as an outcast is really nice.
That's a really great feeling. So like now that we're talking about like the whole ideology of Incelcore, how would you describe yourself like ideologically?
In terms of political ideology, I don't really have a very specific ideology I necessarily believe in. I align a lot with mostly left leaning ideologies, socialism and stuff like that. But I don't really have any specific kind of. I don't really have any like specific sort of political beliefs. It's more like I have a bunch of political beliefs, and I just always say I'm left leaning when people like ask me. Like I am a leftist, but like I don't really have like any particular like name to it.
So yeah, to y'all chuds out there who keep saying I'm a LARP, yes, different people can be friends. It's you don't have to be an annoying just like read so like you know
Yeah,
make go ahead and make friends like don't limit yourself to only people who think like you, just go outside your comfort zone and like make new friends.
yeah, exactly.
Because a lot of y'all are calling me LARP, especially you, ex Wool. You called me LARP yesterday. I'm going to go to your house and I'm going to do naughty things. So yeah, as y'all can see, I'm a phalangist, so I'm like far right, but I'm friends with Layne, who is a leftist. So yeah, we don't gotta be enemies or anything like that just because we think different. We can still be friends.
Yeah.
So like,
Um,
would you say you got any like religion or you do you believe in God or something like
I
that?
I I would consider myself like agnostic. I don't necessarily have like a I'm not I wouldn't consider myself an atheist. Like my girlfriend's an atheist and she always kind of like jokes about like how like I am kind of basically an atheist, but like at the same time I kind of like there was a lot of times when I was younger, especially when I was like like I had like a pretty like traumatic like kind of upbringing. So like there was a lot of times when I was younger where I did like actually like kind of pray to like someone like prayed. I guess I didn't really know if God existed. I didn't really have a belief in God necessarily, but I had a belief in like there was like someone there was a God to pray to, and I've never really prayed since like probably since I was like 16 or something, 16 or 17. But I would consider myself agnostic.
Stick here. So as y'all know, I am a Roman Catholic, and honestly, I think besides Roman Catholicism and Christianity as a whole, I think being agnostic actually kind of makes sense because like you're not following anything yet you believe in your own like religion if I can explain it in that way.
It's kind of like an uncertainty kind of thing where it's like I don't necessarily think that there's no chance of there being a God, but I also don't think there's like any like real like proof of there being a God. So it's like kind of like just my way of just sort of like leaving things open ended.
So yeah, that's cool. So if you don't have like anything in your life that like me like God inspires me, I think God is like my main inspiration. What really drives you forward, like what makes you wake up every morning and say this, I'm going to make this day a great day?
I think it's honestly to me it's I really appreciate like my friends and I really appreciate like my girlfriend and like if anything I would say other people who are really are kind of what get me to like get out of bed and like kind of like make the most out of the days that I have. And like I have depression and like it's pretty easy for me to be like pretty lazy and not do things, but I always have like my girlfriend who's usually like kind of encourages me to like to have more like healthy behaviors, and I have a lot of friends who I enjoy talking to, and I like look forward to talking to every day. And like it's kind of like it's like I would say other people if I didn't have like anyone at all in my life like besides like my family that I live with, I would probably be a lot more of a depressed person. I probably wouldn't be nearly as like active in terms of like wanting to do anything or like doing much of anything at all.
Okay, that's cool. So I'm gonna rapid fire some little questions just
Sure.
to like get to know you better, you know?
Yeah.
So first of all, what is your favorite animal and why?
I love cats. I had a lot of cats growing up. Um, I my first pet ever was actually a turtle, but turtles are like my second favorite like animal, but cats are for sure my favorite animal.
So yeah, like just like me, we got another cat lover. I love cat.
Hell yeah.
Cat is like the best animal ever. I don't think I've ever showed my cat on YouTube. I should probably show y'all my cat.
You should.
Yeah, I should. I probably should. Anyways, what's your favorite color and why?
My favorite color is purple. When I was a kid, it was orange, but I don't know. Purple just kind of like over time after I think definitely after like I started transitioning, it has kind of become like my go to like favorite color. Um, I have an OC that I don't really I don't know like original character I guess that I don't really like talk about that often because it's been like a while since I've ever like had anyone commission do any like work for. But that OC has like purple hair, so purple is definitely like a pretty big color to me.
Okay, you said you're trans, right?
Yeah, and trans.
So yeah, so you're like the second trans person I know. Like the first one, my girl, my best friend, who's a girl. I mean, it's weird. She's a girl, and then she transitioned to a boy, and then she went back to being a girl.
Yeah, some people do that.
So yeah, technically she's not trans anymore, but like you're the second trans person I know.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, for y'all that don't really know, I am not trans. Stop saying that I'm a female to male, cause I am not. Incelcore then.
You gotta admit you kind of look like it. You fit the like the kind of like facial features. Like if you look up like female to male like trans men, like early in transition trans men, you kind of look like that. Just a little bit.
It's like the reason I look like that, and some of y'all might know this, but I got a lot of nutrient deficiency when I was little, cause I didn't sleep a lot,
Oh,
and I got a little bit of lore about myself. When I was 12, I got sent to a military academy, and they fed us junk food, and
oh
besides
wow.
that, like I bought like tons of Monster, so I kept drinking Monster every single day. So I think somehow that fucked up my ability to grow, to like have a proper
Hmm.
growth spree. I don't know how you say
Yeah,
it.
you mean like a growth spurt?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I get that.
So yeah, I'm not longer in military school. I'm out. I left like 2 years ago. But yeah, that's the reason I look so underdeveloped.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so speaking of do you like plan on doing something when like later in life? Do you got like any dreams, aspirations, something like that?
I guess in terms of like dreams or anything like that, I would like to eventually like further my transition in terms of like getting like surgery, and I probably would want to eventually like move in with my girlfriend. Um I've been with my girlfriend for like about a year now. Um and I think she's probably been like my longest lasting relationship. Um, but I plan on like spending like probably the rest of my life with her. So like I guess that's sort of one of my goals is to be able to afford to like live just me and her like or like be able to me and her like live on our own together.
Okay, that's actually so sweet.
Yeah,
So yeah, so it's not over, chuds. You can always find a girl.
you can always find the girl. There's always gonna be one. There's always at least someone out there for you.
So yeah, what do you think about my favorite hobby is fishing? Do you like fishing?
I think fishing's pretty cool. I The first time I ever fished was when I was like must have been like 8 or 9 years old, and I was in this like like sort of like camp thing for like kids. I can't remember what it's called, but one of the like things they did was taught us to fish. And I enjoyed it then, and I've also fished I think one more time when I was I think it was when I was like 19. I think it was the either last year or the year before last. Um, I think fishing's pretty cool. It seems like a pretty cool hobby to have, in my opinion.
Y'all can see we got a fellow fish pilled.
Yeah, fellow fish pilled.
So yeah, what would be like your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby would I guess probably I guess playing music kind of counts since I'm like an artist in this scene now. But like I don't know, I it's a hobby, but it's also kind of not at the same time. I have other hobbies. I like reading comics. I like reading manga. I like watching anime. I've always wanted to like try to start drawing things, but I've not really pursued that very much. And I like video games a lot. Um, I've just been a lot more focused on music lately, and that's kind of my main hobby as of right now.
Cool, that's very cool. So like, you got anything else to say? Cause like the times is getting. I think I only got like yeah 4 more minutes of interview. So you got anything else to say?
Um, I guess I would say stay tuned for the split EP that me and Bleeder are doing. Um, it's supposed to. I don't think we really have like a set date for it or anything, but it's like it's coming along pretty well. Like I think I already have my songs finished for it, and he has like one more song left for it, and he's probably going to be the one to make the cover art for it, so that might take some time. So like I guess be expecting that within like the next probably by the end of February. Besides that, I enjoyed this interview. I enjoyed being talked to.
So yeah, stay tuned. I'll do more talk to a podcast kind of thing. Um, we got we got Lane. So sub to Lane. I think it's Broken Daughter on YouTube. Am I right?
At Broken Daughter on YouTube.
So yeah, go sub to her. She's a very cool kind of like she's a very cool girl. So like go sub to her and yeah. So yeah, that's all for today. I'll see y'all in next video. Later.